Hydrogen is a hot topic in today's energy sector. With the world looking for a sustainable and more reliable solution to fossil fuels, we will also need to adapt a paradigm shift to the infrastructure of large-scale grids. A viable solution for this is to use locally produced hydrogen as an energy storage. This eliminates the need for expensive production facilities and the logistics of fuel supply. I created a video that shows how isolated this process can be using a simple educational model. Any form of energy capture can be used to create hydrogen. For our green solutions, we prefer to use wind, hydro, or in this demonstration, we use solar. The hydrogen is produced from water by means of electrolysis, then stored for later use. This was about 5 minutes of hydrogen production in direct sunlight from this standard photovoltaic panel. We see here that the energy supply from the solar is disconnected and the two storage tanks now contain pure oxygen in the closer tank and twice the amount of pure hydrogen in the tank further away. Once the hydrogen is allowed to flow into the fuel cell, it combines with air to produce electricity for immediate use. We show here that the fan motor is in fact running from the direct electrical supply from the fuel cell and not being run from wind or any other source. The fact that systems like this have no mechanical parts to produce and use energy allows for continued energy production with almost no maintenance. Unlike the use of generators and battery arrays, these components can last more than 30 years with how they are manufactured today and are extremely reliable. So why haven't these methods been used until recently? The answer is that hydrogen production has always come with a higher cost than traditional fossil fuels in our archaic philosophy of how fuel is produced and energy is consumed. This is no longer the case. We have had the assumption that the most efficient means of having electricity is to rely on large grid infrastructure to supply us power. Not only has this proven to be challenging, expensive to construct, and manage in today's world, the end result is not always reliable and produces fail points for energy supply that can have a ripple effect that leads to mass outages that can last for days. We have recently witnessed this exact scenario unfold in my home state of Texas, which is known to be the energy capital of the world. If we would have had an energy storage solution in place for the abundance of renewable power being generated, Texas would have never had any issue with its power supply. As more focus has been applied to the science involved, the technology for hydrogen production as a fuel storage has advanced. Fuel cell technology has already been around for more than a century, but there wasn't a practical use for the fuel that had minimal supply and little demand. The boom in developing the global hydrogen economy is rapidly changing this posture. The change in system thinking to produce hydrogen from excess localized energy production, rather than relying on fuel production and delivery as a singular business unit, brings a practicality to this methodology. The much lower cost, coupled with the increased efficiencies and reliabilities of solar panels, has been a game changer in the amount of energy that we can capture. When this is applied to these new energy systems, we have an environment of green energy production and consumption that the end user owns. No more dependence, energy freedom for a cleaner world. The world needs a better me. The world needs a better you. The world needs a better us. Let's make this happen, together as one.